Hello Cobras, and welcome to a new Let's Play. I am TryclydeTamer. This is The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD on the Nintendo Wii U, a remake of the original 2006 game, released simultaneously for the GameCube and Wii. Surprisingly, the Wii version actually came out a little bit sooner, as more or less a launch title when that was a new system, being all the craze, and of course being mirrored from the GameCube version, which is considerably the normal way to play, even though it came out a few weeks later. Anyway, yes. As per standard T2 fashion, even with a terrible blind LP like Skyward Sword, I will be getting 100%. Yes, Link to the Past was the first Zelda game I've played in my life, but Twilight Princess was the first I've beaten with my cousin, as I've told in a few stories before. Yep, and after doing Link to the Past last year, I thought it was high time to do Twilight Princess HD this year. What with the release of Breath of the Wild and everything, and this will be going concurrently with the Genocide run of Undertale, and it's of course going to be a much bigger LP. So with the choir singing with the wolf howling to the ominous darkness, Twilight if you will, let's go ahead and get into this game, The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess HD. So we get into our controller selection. I'll be going with the Wii U Pro Controller for now. There are things that will appear on the gamepad, but I may play mostly with the Pro Controller. I could do a little bit with the gamepad because I don't have a gamepad capture board, but I could just take pictures of things from time to time. No big deal to actually show us on it, if I wanted to be more detailed with item selection and everything. And you can name your character, of course it would be Link, and your horse, you can name that Epona. I remember my first time playing, I think it was the Wii version, I didn't know how to backspace the name, so I called myself Link Just, tried to change it to my name Justin, and then Epona Marsh to switch it to my aunt that bought it for me, her name being Marcia. Anyway, that's a little bit of storytelling, and you can also choose between normal mode and hero mode, and it's going to be mirrored like the Wii version if you play in hero mode, and there won't be heart drops, and there will also be double damage, and you can also use a Ganondorf amiibo to take double damage on top of that. For advanced players only, indeed. But for now, we're just going to be playing in normal mode. Let's go. Tell me, do you ever feel a strange sadness as dusk falls? They say it's the only time when our world intersects with theirs. The only time we can feel the lingering regrets of spirits who have left our world. That is why loneliness always pervades the hour of twilight. But enough talk of sadness. I have a favor to ask of you, Link. I was supposed to deliver something to the royal family of Hyrule the day after tomorrow. Yes, it was a task set to me by the mayor, but would you go in my stead? You have never been to Hyrule, right? In the kingdom of Hyrule, there is a great castle, and around it is Castle Town, a community far bigger than our little village. And far bigger than Hyrule is the rest of the world the gods created. You should look upon it all with your own eyes. It is getting late. We should head back to the village. I will talk to the mayor about this matter. So yes, here's our exposition. We're actually not waking up immediately at the start of the game, unlike most other Zelda games. So it's kind of breaking the conventions with that. Getting introduced to our protagonist, the silent Link, of course. Russell, the cool dad in the village. And of course our trusty steed, Epona. As we make our way back to the village, we just have to take our precautions to lock any gates to the outside world, which could be dangerous to small village folk. Passing the beautiful Ordon Spring. And here we are at our home. Off Russell goes with his family, his wife being named Uli, and his son Colin, who obviously takes a shine to Link. Can't just go stealing the horse like that. Hey, Link, you there? Hey, you mind helping me herd the goats? They ain't listening to me lately. I'm sure it wouldn't be a problem. Hey, where's Epona? Except it kind of is a minor problem. Out of our house we go. We can look at all our stuff. Of course, it's Control Stick to move. We can roll as we're moving with the A button and chase squirrels. But this isn't the movie Up, and we are not Doug the dog. We have a mini map in the corner. We can get rid of it if we so desire. If I was playing on the gamepad, I would be able to look down at the gamepad to deal with that. Up on the D-pad, we can take a look at our map, the Ordon-ary province. And it may not seem like this is legible, but it is actually translated from the Hylian alphabet to the phonetic alphabet. So this right here would say Ordon. And there's the village. Here's a little something that I can't really read immediately. Almost looks like Punish Me, just the way it's written. That kind of reminds me of Splatoon for some reason, like Splat Spring, but it's Ordon Spring, because that's the way it is right there, with like different things. And there's the Greater Hyrule Kingdom that we'll be exploring over time. Of course, it's going to be a big journey. We lift rocks and grab our rupees, run into trees and grab rupees as well, if rupees actually decide to drop out. Here we go. Oh, it's going too high for me to grab. Can I reach up there? I want to do some cool backflips and stuff. That's another thing. Sorry that I'm kind of wasting a little bit of time going over controls. You go to first person mode with clicking the stick. You can move around if you want. I don't have motion controls on because it would be better with the gamepad anyway. I don't think you can with the Pro Controller. And if you hold ZL, you can actually move around in first person. It's just like a targeted moving, so you can't exactly swing your sword or anything. At least when we get a hold of a sword and all that stuff. And of course, that right there is our house with the writing. Pretty sure it just says Link as it is right there. One final thing I want to do is to go into my inventory. So there's the heart pieces. You may be able to tell that there are 5 sections, so there's actually 5 heart pieces to collect instead of the usual 4. Small wallet from our childhood that can hold up to 500 rupees. It's kind of funny because 500 is the max that you can hold an Ocarina of Time, and this is indeed in the same timeline. Anyway, enough from there. Let's go to our options. Lock on type, I'll keep it on hold. You can go to switch if you want to just like keep pressing buttons to move around, but as long as you hold it down, that's when you're locking on to something. Camera control, you can have it on inversion of things, but I'll keep it on normal. And air water control, keep that as it is, yeah. And I think I was playing around with it in practice, but I'm not gonna do that ultimately. I'll keep the motion controls on if I do switch over to gamepad occasionally, but as things are, I think all is well. And I think I pressed A. I didn't really need to change anything back around anyway. I'm just showing things off as they were. Wow, we're almost 10 minutes into this, at least on my Audacity, but we should be a little bit less than that on the video. And I do plan to do around 25 to 30 minute videos for this LP, give or take, and of course averaging. Some episodes may be longer, some may be shorter, but I don't want any to be too short or too long. I'll just try my best to keep this as cinematic as possible, and of course not dawdling around too much. Don't really want to make too many cuts in this episode aside from when I stutter with my voice and make awkward pauses. That's just what I do. And of course, playing practice on the hero mode is actually a little bit disorienting, having to go back to the, so to speak, normal thing. But anyway, let's go to the Ordon Spring. And here's where Epona is, being taken care of by our good female friend, Ilia. Oh, hi, Link. I watched Epona for you. How sweet of you. All the way from here we can speak to her, we don't want to get too close. Epona works really hard, so I thought she deserved a treat. Oh, but listen, Link, could you do something for me? Can you use a piece of grass to play that song for me? You know, the one that Epona likes? And I believe she's talking about this grass. Of course, we could use the other grass, but it's all the same, I believe. Specifically called horse grass because it looks like a horseshoe. But anyway, enough talk. Let's blow. Don't take that out of context. But yep, you play Epona's song, and Epona, of course, really likes it. What does Ilia have to say about that? It's such a nice melody. Epona looks happy. Well, she's all prettied up now, so I suppose you can ride her back. But don't you make her do too much, okay? You can count on it, even though we do have a little bit of work to do that requires Epona. So horse riding is a little bit clunky, of course, because it's not exactly perfected, but it's definitely one of the games that does it better. Sometimes Epona just makes awkward stops and has to whinny and turn around all epic-like, but it's pretty helpful when you try to change on a dime. You can't go past that because it's all locked up. We have to go back into the village anyway. And of course we have those spurs right there, so if we wanted to kick Epona around, go a little bit faster, put her a little bit to work, but not too much though. Don't want to use all the spurs because that would just make her whine and not actually speed up for us, so we just have to wait for all those things to charge up. So anyway, off into the village we go. So it just seems all the townsfolk are living their normal lives. Let's just have a casual stroll and talk to people. The little girl Beth shall be the first we talk to, even though her mother Sarah will be the one doing the talking, I guess. Ha! If it isn't young Link! Are you going to close down the ranch for the day? I just closed the shop myself. I'm sure you know all about the mischievous monkeys that have been coming into the village lately. Those things worry me a bit. I better lock up tight here. I couldn't stand to have any more goods stolen. Can't trust that good-for-nothing husband to do anything right. Come on, Dad. You can't catch a silly little monkey? Well, no, I can't. Oh, listen to us babble on. I didn't mean to keep you. Alright, off to work with you. Alright, there's Sarah, daughter Beth, and Father Hunt. All hunched over, so maybe a little bit of a pun to be had with that. Got a sign to read right here. Let's take it slow so Epona doesn't go too crazy on us. Mayor's house and ranch up to the north from where we are, so to speak. To the left is the Ordon water wheel, also the shop. And to the downway, where we've been, is the Wisdom Spirit Spring. Running into the sign made things so crazy. Hey, Cuckoo! Don't want to get too crazy with you, because you know how Cuckoos can be in Zelda games if you're a little aggressive with them. And let's slow down a little bit right here and hop out off of Epona. Well, after talking to Colin, at least. Oh, hi, Link! I'm making you a fishing rod, you know? All you have left to do is paint it, so get ready for fishing. Let's see if I can get off here without being too close to talk. There we go, let's go over to Smelting. Let's talk to Mama, who seems a little bloated for a reason other than eating too much. Don't think too much into that, though. Good evening, Link. This is a lovely sunset, is it not? It is kind of you to spend time with my husband, you know. It gives me time for myself. Oh, do you have to go put the livestock to bed now? Yeah, that's true. Obviously, she's preggers, so seems that Colin here is having a little sibling on the way, and Russell being another proud father. Ah, great timing, Link. There was something I had forgotten to tell you. My son Colin is making a fishing rod so the two of you can play together. He should finish it today, so you come get it at the house tomorrow. Alright, that's something to look forward to. Our main agenda is, of course, going up that way to the ranch. Let's make a quick stop here. I'm not going to read your sign, I'm just going to talk to you, Mayor Bo, who happens to be the father of Ilia. Oh, Link, looks like you're going to help Fado. Good job. He headed up to the ranch ahead of you. You go finish up your chores before the sun goes down. Seems to have my chores good enough in town. I think that'll just be a sign mentioning the ranch up this way. So let's just head up there. Off to work we go! And you thought that we were done with the goats. You may not be quite as intelligent, but don't go telling them I said that. Let's see what we're getting into here. How you doing, Fado? Sorry to get you over here in such a hurry, Link. These guys have been awful skittish lately. They won't listen to a word I say. Sorry to ask, but how's about you and Epona herd them into the barn real quick? We ain't got much time, so you think you can do it for me? I believe so. I don't think so, I know so, because I'm so good at this, man. It's my job. For little pay. Much obliged there, bud. Okay then, go on and herd all these little scamps into the barn for me. Alright, here we go. That's something to get interested in. You can, the best way to go about this is to try to follow as many goats as possible. Whoop them around, don't whoop them too much though, or you might make them a little triggered and make them come for you. Not really for too much damage to worry about. See, those two guys seem to be well enough, just to make sure that they don't lose interest. There we go, that takes care of half of them. Right there. Go in. Alright. These guys as far apart from each other as they are, maybe a little troublesome. 4 guys, yeah, they're all going in different directions, but these guys are moving in tandem. Alright, now they're branching off. Branching past tandem, what is this, Breath of the Wild? Feels like I could have that Breath of the Wild counter, but I was considering it, but it would be too much work, because what would be considered actually talking about Breath of the Wild instead of milking it too much. We can milk these cows if they're causing me trouble. Alright, this last guy right in dead center. Let's just circulate him around. Come on now. Let's keep it rhythmic as we're doing it. And of course we're not doing the option to spur our opponent and make her go faster, because that would just be too many things to factor in. Oh, come on, you know, the door's right there. Let's just do it. Oh, you're gonna get in trouble, aren't you, my dude? It's like a tiny little track, as if they were racing around. But I just gotta race you into the barn. Oh man, here we go. Here he comes doing this. Whooping him too much. Alright. Yeah, I figured I'd be able to dodge him, but just one little hit is gonna cause me trouble. Oop. I guess just getting on to opponent's gonna cause that to happen. Would have thought that I'd be having trouble with this last go. Kind of figured it would happen, but maybe in later times. This is not going to be the only time we're going to be hurting goats, but nothing too extremely high calibers, extra high calibers, and Excalibur. Can you just go inside for me? Wow. I don't really want to edit too much if this guy's going to be causing all this much trouble. Let's probably be a little bit better about this, like chase him down through the center and actually get closer to him without whooping too much. Or it could be a female goat. It could be the ultimate mom goat, not Toriel. There we go, you're on your way. Keep up the rhythm. You almost got it, and there you go. Go in. We can't go in the barn for ourselves. I mean, at least not on Epona while we're doing this. We could walk in on our own time. Link, Epona, much obliged to both of y'all. I can cover everything tomorrow without having to trouble you, so just sit back and relax, bud. Oh, but how about today? Want to practice with the fences? Just wait a spell, bud. I'll get them fences set up. Alright, coming up on 19 minutes, I guess, so we have a little bit of time to do this. Ooh, sorry that took so long. Okay then, y'all ride all you want. Y'all get tired of riding, just jump the gate and head back into the village, okay, bud? Sounds fine with me. So we just have to get Epona all spurred up. It's definitely a better idea to get more lined up towards the center, instead of going at an angle like that. Because, as we know from a different LP here, it's not supposed to go at an angle. Angles just aren't exactly your friend. And you don't want to run over the horse crowds because you want me to play that wonderful succulent song for you, Epona. That may sound weird saying it like that. Alright, the sun's pretty much down now, so yeah, had a little bit of fun. Made a couple rounds, so let's go ahead and get out of here. We're not forced to stay in here without jumping the fence. Just a little homage to Ocarina of Time with that. Yeah, I'll go ahead and save here. I was thinking about cutting this out, but I'll keep it as it is. If you were saying, normally it would be asking you if you wanted to quit the game, but it's just giving me the tutorials because I'm playing it on a LP account that I made. So I can save the other one on my main Miiverse Nintendo ID for practice. So here we are, day 2. What are we playing, Pikmin?
Hey!
Hey, wake up, Link, it's morning already. Alright, seems that some kids want to do some interactable stuff. Looks like the assassin symbol right here as a window is. Let's take a look on through. I want to move my controller around like I'm playing with motion controls. I guess, as close as we are, I'm connected to my Switch dock, my USB for my Pro Controller. Because of course I want to charge when I'm playing if it's convenient. There's a hawk going around. There's kids. You dang kids, get out of my yard. It's like I have my own little section of the town reserved for me. And of course my horse. can trust her enough not to run off, even if we do have to tie her up to at least an extent. Anyway, here we are in our house with the wonderful house music. Kind of getting used to the controls, because go back and forth with all the inverted stuff. Alright, looks like Ilya right there, or is that me? Huh? One of them. And of course the kids. They probably just put the picture there, they snuck in. They're fast little scamps they are. The coals are still warm in here. Want to make sure that thing doesn't burn. Oh yeah. And a couple funny images. Of course there's Fado, looking all worried. And a very happy goat. It's probably the one that was causing us trouble yesterday, even though it's still in the same episode. And of course we just have to go right outside, but I want to check out my cellar briefly at least. As risky as I am. Swing the camera behind me, go up a little bit, and we're in pitch darkness. Wow. Let's go over here, and here's something a little creepy. Eyes in the darkness. Yeah, you see the shape of the eyes and a little bit of hair flipping around, so it's actually just a mirror of Link. Sometimes I forget that's the thing and think it's like a glitch and like, whoa, what's going on? But nope, it's just, as it is, a mirror. So we'll have to keep it in mind if we get some sort of light source to go back there in our own house, because we don't know. It's been so long since we've been down in our cellar. At least it's easy to conserve energy. There's no actual electricity, just natural lighting. Wonderful little setting. Hey kids, check this out. Oh yeah. I think I did that in Ocarina of Time. Don't really remember though. Oh Link, did you hear? They're selling a slingshot at the store right now. A slingshot! I wonder how powerful it is. I must try it. Tallow, if you and Mallow want it so badly, just buy it at my parents' shop. Do you see any rupees in my hand? I can't afford that thing. Come on, Beth, can you just loan it to us for a while? You know I'd get in trouble for that. If you do want it, save up your allowances or something. But our allowances are terrible. Oh, I wish I was born into a family with a slingshot instead of one with a water wheel. That was actually, yeah, those two with the water wheel. Kinda get confused with that. It's, Jaggle, I think the mom's name, and Porgy being the mom, or Purgy, yeah. Keep thinking it's like Porgy, like Mighty Porgy in Breath of the Wild. That's another one for the counter. Anyway, we're doing too much playing with rocks here. Hi Link, I finished the fishing rod I was making. I thought I'd give it to you first thing in the morning, but my dad said you just wait until Link comes to get it. That's why I didn't bring it to you. Dad's out today, so would you ask my mom about it? I think she's by the river. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Just gotta go into town a little bit today. Not to the woodsy area. Down to the town. At the bottom of the sea. No, it's not at the bottom of the sea. Coming up on 24 minutes on the Audacity, but let's say 2 minutes are being cut out for getting into the game. I may go over a little bit because I did a lot of tutorial related stuff. Well, hey, morning Link. Got a day off from work today, my boy? Not me. The wife's been hassling me. Today's the day to restock our store. Look, see that? Up in that tree. You can get a better view by pressing in the right stick and using the right stick or the gamepad to look around just by the way. Yeah, some Ordon bees built themselves a fine nest up there, and I was wondering about knocking it down. Our cat hasn't come home since yesterday, so the wife's been in a bad mood. At the very least, I need to bring something home to her. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look. Kinda feels like I should go with inverted controls, at least for the camera. Yep, there's some bees and some vines that lead up to it. We have 5 rupees with us. It's as if we collected a blue one. And if you shy away from an odd thing in the previous versions of the game, it should be at least amended a little bit in this. Maybe better. Yo, Link, yo, up here! I want to talk to you. Press A while holding ZL so we can chat. Alright, so we don't have to be up against anybody to talk to them. Oh! Hunching down, looking at me, even though Hunch is the other guy we talked to. Hey, there you go, over here. Yeah, your voice clear as well as usual. Maybe you can teach my type, say you gotta press A while Z targeting and talk to people from a distance. They don't get it. So listen, why don't you climb up those vines there, Link? Alright, sounds good to me. Don't want to get to smashing pumpkins quite yet. Might make people mad, especially this guy. Yo, there you are! Check this out, you know Sarah at the general store? Well, isn't that her cat over there? He's just been sitting there next to my house having a staring contest with the creek. You don't suppose he's thinking he's going to catch a fish, do you? Haha, a cat can't catch no fish. It's kind of hard to say. Anyway, that's not what I was meaning to tell you about. I want you to take a look at something. See the grass growing there on the edge of that rock? Haven't I seen you whistling with that stuff? I figured it was pretty rare to see it growing in a place like that, so I thought I'd let you know. Bet you could hop across these rocks with just a little flick of the left stick, couldn't you? Sounds like it's possible, at least. Link ain't scared of nothing, of course, rolling always feels nice. And this little bit of grass right here, but we're not going to show it quite yet because we have a nice blue rupee off in the distance. Ah, look over there. Ah, and I thought that people were just being racist talking about monkeys, even though we could be. You got 5 rupees. Believe it or not, this is technically going to be the only screen where we pick up a blue rupee and see it. So, let's get one out of the way to quote different LPers. You got a blue rupee! Anyway, this is a different type of grass. Hot grass at that. So I'm sure you know what we're calling. We're calling that monkey to suddenly fly over here. Like it has a bird's eye view from where it is. It's like some kind of Assassin's Creed Origins thing or whatever. I don't know why I'm talking about Assassin's Creed so much. Anyway, we can target the hawk wherever we so wish. And we can grab a baby cradle. As we know, Ruby is pregnant and we do have to talk to her, so might as well kill no birds with one cradle. Just take it away from the monkey. Trying to draw a comparison with it. Retrieve the cradle and take it over to Uli, who is down where she was just yesterday. Must have slept there. She's not allowed inside with that big old belly or something. Alright, didn't need to receive the quest about it. Oh my! Link! I've been looking for that cradle. I made it when my first child was born, and I have cherished it all these years. Did you know all this somehow? Did you find it and bring it back to me on purpose? My thanks to you. That reminds me, there's something I'm supposed to give to you. Think you can carry that cradle and come with me back to my house? Sounds nice to me. You're moving a little slow, so I'll go ahead. I'll drop this down and escort you back. Or throw it without it breaking. Is it sliding down? Nope. It's very high with the friction levels. All we have to do is go up towards the house and teleportation happens. My thanks to you, Link. Yes, I had nearly forgotten. I'm supposed to give you this. Alright, here you go. You got a fishing rod. A simple fishing rod with a bobber. Set it to Y, X, or R on the item screen to use it. Face the water and use it to cast. Press and hold the assigned button to pull the line in when you get a bite. You can catch fish without bait, but you'll catch a larger variety of fish with bait. It is a little unpolished. My son Colin made this under the instruction of his father. You can use it if you like. I think I will. Go ahead and pull up the item screen. Of course, if I was swinging on the gamepad, I could just drag it over. But just to show as it is, start with X, bring it out. Pretty long rod. Uli likes. Handed me her long rod that her son gave her. Okay, let's not think too much about it. But yep, that's her house. I think it's like the same writing because it looks like the same thing. I think that's like supposed to be an age or something. One of those. They all seem like ages to me. But anyway, I think we are good enough for our first episode of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. Until next time, where we go fishing and try to make things better and get moving along here in the small town of Ordon Village. Don't toast yourself. This is going to be a fun one. I already know it.